Hello students, today we will study about the Mendel and his work in the field of genetics. Basically, he is called the father of genetics. Gregor John Mendel is called the father of genetics. Why so? Because he gave the laws of inheritance. He gave the laws of inheritance. Three laws of inheritance we have to study in detail. First is law of dominance, then law of purity of gametes, or we say law of segregation, and third is law of independent assortment. So these laws of inheritance means these are the laws which explain something about inheritance. And what is inheritance? Transmission of the character or transfer of the characters from the parents to the next generation. So earlier we were not aware that how the transfer of the character takes place. We were not aware that there are some genes on the chromosomes which carry the genetic information, and because of these genes only the transfer of the characters takes place. Earlier it was not known to us, but Mendel did a great work, and he somehow was possible to give the laws of inheritance, and that's why he is called the father of genetics. So we will study this in detail, how he gave the laws of inheritance and what was his journey in doing so, and what was what was the problems he faced, why he selected plant, that is pea plant, basically to give the laws of inheritance. He used the pea plant. So why he used the pea plant basically, and what are the special characteristics in pea plant? So we are going to study all these. So plant selected by Mendel was Pisum sativum. Pisum sativum is garden pea. This is the botanical name of pea, garden pea. Okay, Pisum sativum. And Mendel used a number of contrasting characters for the garden pea. Basically, if you see the garden pea, there are number of contrasting characteristics. Many characteristics are there in garden pea. So he first reason is this only why he selected, because sometimes they ask you, this is the NCERT question also, that you have to tell why Mendel selected garden pea. So you will say that Mendel selected garden pea. First reason is because of the presence of many characters, many contrasting characters. Contrasting means just opposite characters. Some plants, for example, if we consider height, so some plants were tall, some plants were dwarf, short. So this is called contrasting characteristics. So this was one of the reason. For example, here you can see in this slide contrasting traits. Traits means characters studied by the Mendel. So here you can see in the same pea plant many characteristics, even more than these characteristics. More than these characteristics, Mendel was able to see. For example, if the characteristic is stem height, so contrasting trait or the character will be either some plant may be tall or some plant may be dwarf. So if you see the flower color, you must have observed in your kitchen garden, some of the plant they generally have violet color, that is purple, and some of them have the white color. If you see the flower position, some are having the axile position and some are having the terminal position. This is axile, this is terminal position, and this position is called axile. When the flower is on the sideways, that is called axile position. When the flower is present at the tip, that is called the terminal position. Now come to the next characteristic, that is the pod shape. Pod is where the peas or the seeds are present. If the pod is like this is called constricted pod. Okay, and if the pod is full like this, so this is called inflated or full. So these are the two characteristics. Sometimes you come across such kind of pods carrying the seeds, they are called constricted pods. Sometimes you come across the full pods. Now come next point or next character is the pod color. Pod color can be green, it can be yellow. Next is the seed shape. The seed can be round like this or they can be little wrinkled like this. So this is the shape of the seed. And if you go to the seed colors, sometimes the seed can be yellow or the seed can be green. So you can see in the same seed pea plant, Mendel was able to trace out many or at least 7 contrasting characters. That's why he selected this pea plant for his further studies in genetics. So this is the reason. So one reason is the presence of contrasting characters. Now next is you have to see very carefully that when I have written stem height, so here the tall is written with capital T, tall, because it is a dominant character. Dominant means most of the plants they have this characteristics, and some are having this characteristic, that is dwarf characteristic is another trait. And you can see I have written D with small letter. It means it is not dominant, it is recessive. So what do you mean by recessive character? The recessive character is the character which expresses itself but in next generation. It doesn't express itself very frequently, and dominant is the characteristic which expresses itself very frequently. Okay, that is the thing. First, at first level you have to understand like this only. Now the flower color, dominant character will be violet because V is written with capital letter, and recessive will be the white. Flower position, dominant, majority, exile position. Exile is this position, and recessive is terminal. Few will be having terminal flower at the tip. Terminal means at the tip. Now see the pod shape. Pod shape, inflated will be the dominant character and constricted will be the recessive one. Same way rest all. So you have to learn this table. You have to by heart it, and you have to learn which one is dominant character, which one is recessive. This is your homework. Now you can see here in this tabular representation, I have tried to give you picture representation of all the characteristics, violet color, white, which one is recessive, which one is terminal, exile position. This slide will give you a nice representation of whatever I said in the previous slide. Now, question arises, why Mendel selected garden pea plant only? What was the reason of selection? So first reason I already told you, presence of many contrasting characteristics. Just now 7 contrasting characteristics we have studied. Not only 7, pea plant is having more than 7 contrasting character, but he considered only 7 basically. Then you see the flower, these flowers, the flower of pea plant can be self pollinated if required, or it can show the cross pollination. Okay, so self pollination also possible in pea plant, as well as cross pollination is also possible. That is one of the major reason. Now next one is, this plant is easy to grow. It requires less care, and it matures easily, quickly, and needs less care, produce many offsprings, next generation produce many seeds. So these are the different reasons why Mendel selected pea plant for his experiment. Now we will study about the monohybrid cross. Okay, because we said that Mendel was able to give laws of inheritance. So how he was able to give laws of inheritance? Basically he considered and he minutely observed the pea plant generation after generation, and he recorded everything. He kept the data because he was basically a mathematician, and he kept the data also for everything. And he recorded and analyzed his records, his observation, and in this way he was able to come to this conclusion that this is all because of some factors. This is all because of some factors, that the characteristics pass on from parents to their next generation or offsprings. So nowadays we know that that factor is genes. Genes are the unit of inheritance. Genes are the smallest unit of inheritance, and gene they carry the character from the parents to offspring. But that time it was not known. That time, in spite of saying gene, he used the term factor basically. So he used factor, so he was successful in that way. Just in place of gene, he said factors are responsible for the transmission of the characters from the parents to the next generation. Okay, so to some extent he was successful in doing so. At least he said something is there, like factor, which is present in the nucleus or genetic material, and this factor is responsible. Later on scientists elaborated the studies, and they came to the conclusion that this factor is nothing but genes. Okay, now see how he analyzed everything and what different crosses he gave. So he basically studied two crosses. One is monohybrid cross. In monohybrid cross, he considered one characteristic at a time. Mono means one. This is a kind of a cross. Cross means cross pollination or self pollination sort of. So or you can say mating of the plants. So in monohybrid cross, he considered one characteristic at a time. Okay, and then we have to study dihybrid cross also, but in next video. Okay, so in monohybrid cross, he considered one contrasting characteristic at a time, and he gave his laws, basically two laws. So this is monohybrid cross. You can see in monohybrid cross, he considered one characteristic, that is the height. Height is one of the characteristic, and you know, height can have two contrasting characters. It can be tall, the plant can be dwarf. Tall plants are generally they have got this dominant characteristic. Tallness is the dominant characteristic, and dwarfness is the recessive characteristic. Now he crossed these plants. Okay, he's cross pollinated these plants. For example, this is male plant, this is female, and these are the gametes formed, double T, and during gamete formation the alleles they get separated. And you can see in the square, Punnett square, you have to keep the gamete of one parent here and the gamete of other parent here, and then you have to cross. It's very easy. Capital T, small t, here capital T, small t. First these two and then these two. Okay, and then you have to keep recording in this box. So this is how he kept the record. He analyzed the record and data. Basically, I told you he was a mathematician. He recorded everything. He recorded generation after generation. In next generation, he crossed these two. He crossed these two. These two plants he crossed. These two, you can see. So this is how he crossed them, and in next generation he got this result. That is, in F2 generation he got, what is the result in F2 generation? What is the result in F1 generation? In F1 all were tall. Once capital T is there, so you have to read it as tall, because that is a dominant characteristic. Okay, even however small t is also present, but we have to read it as tall because that is dominant characteristic. And in F2 generation, you can see in F2 generation we have got one small t, this one. So this one will be regarded as the small t. Now you have got one dwarf plant also. Thank you very much. Rest we will study in our live class.